Hey guys, I'm Follygon, and in today's video we're going to be talking about this gal and how princesses can fart too. There's lots of ways to interpret that, but I want to look at it this way. Even the best of the best fail, and everyone struggles. And I'm going to try to relate this to art, but I think this is applicable for almost anything. So the question that I want to relay all this to is, do you think that you could run a sub 4-minute mile? I know that I definitely couldn't, but let's say you had a year of training. Do you think you could run a mile in under 4 minutes if you specifically set out with the goal to run a mile in under 4 minutes? Maybe. Maybe if you had 2 years or 3 years with that goal intentionally in mind. And I want you to think of that's kind of how art works. Look at the people that you aspire to as Olympic athletes that have trained and worked for years. And for you to compare yourself with those people, I think is doing yourself a huge disservice. Now hear me correctly here, because I'm not saying don't compare your work to them necessarily. Because I think you need to see what other people are doing, you need to learn from them, and you need to kind of be reminded of what your goals are. But also understand that these people are running the proverbial sub 4-minute mile, and you're not there right now, and that's totally okay. So people often see the end result, but they don't see the hard work that went into something. And that's the unfortunate truth, and I'm sure if you're an artist, you've kind of experienced this yourself at some point. Everyone struggles, and it's a bad idea to compare yourself right now with the work that people are doing that are miles or minutes ahead of you in their work. So if you're playing a board game, a quarter of the way through, you wouldn't tally up your score and compare it to someone that's already finished the board game. What you might do though is kind of look at how other people have played the game, see how they've been successful, and try to learn from what they have already done. People that do amazing things typically don't do so without devoting a large portion of their life towards that thing. And there's going to be a lot of struggle for that. And I'm telling you this because you have to be ready for it. Because the minute the smallest bit of struggle comes up, I don't want you to give up. And that's so often the case, especially with something like ZBrush or digital sculpting. You enter into it hardly knowing anything about it, and it proves extremely difficult and frustrating, and there's just so much that you don't know. And that little bit of struggle, that first little hill, so to speak, is really difficult to get over. And when you get over that little hill, you see that there's another one that's twice as big in front of you, and you have to learn an anatomy or whatever comes next for you. If you are just now starting off on this kind of journey, know that it does get easier. You know, it is kind of like a slope or a roller coaster in a way, where it's kind of difficult to first make it over that hill, and you're talking about maybe a 90-degree vertical sometimes, and then it levels out for a while and there's some downhill, but there's always going to be another uphill, there's always going to be another slope, there's always going to be more struggle. So it does get easier, but I want you to know that struggle's not gonna go away. So yeah, everyone struggles. Princesses struggle too. Princesses fart too. And apparently mermaids do as well, according to my sculpt here. And I'm not really sure how that anatomically works out with like the fish butt and everything, but... So that's all I have to say for this little video, a little bit of a talk on struggle and kind of the roller coaster ride that art or improvement is, and everyone struggles. Just kind of take that to heart. So I hope you guys learned something new from this video, maybe got a tiny bit encouraged or inspired to keep moving forward, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.